Hello friends, welcome back to this channel. Today we are going to start our new series UPSC Assistant Architect CPWD exam of 2023. These questions will help you in GATE, DDA, UPSC and other State PSC exams related to architecture and planning. So if you haven't subscribed this channel, please do subscribe. Also check our previous videos on various topics and exams related to architecture and planning. So friends, my name is Rahul and you're watching Architecture and Planning with Rahul. And we are solving the question paper of UPSC Assistant Architect 2023 exam. So let's start with the first question of today's video, that is, which one of the following is a measure of the resistance to the motion of sound waves at a given point and is one of the most important acoustical property of a material? So the correct answer of this question is option number A, impedance. So acoustic impedance is a position of medium to a longitudinal wave motion. Suppose this is our sound object and these are three mediums. So when a sound waves or ultrasound travels through this medium, some amount of wave will return back to the object and some sound will travel to another medium, and again some sound will return back and it will travel to another medium and some sound will return back, and these waves are known as impedance. This is sound object, this is medium 1, this is medium 2 and this is medium 3, and these blue lines are sound wave or ultrasound. Let's move to the next question. Consider the following characteristics in the mechanism of transmission of sound. Statement 1 is, in solids, acoustic waves are always composed of a longitudinal and a transverse component for any given type of excitation. These phenomena depends on the type of bond existing between the particles. So this is a true statement because sound travel very fast in a solid object due to the bonds existing between the particles. Next statement is, in liquids, the two type of waves always coexist even though the longitudinal vibrations are dominant. So this is also a true statement, and because of longitudinal vibrations are dominant in liquid, sound somehow travels through that because sound waves are longitudinal waves in nature. Third statement is, in gases the longitudinal vibrations are practically negligible even though their effect can still be observed, particularly near walls emitting the considered space. So this is also a true statement, and in comparison to solid and liquid mediums, very little amount of sound waves can be passed through a liquid object. So all the three statements are correct. So the correct answer of this question is option number B, 1, 2 and 3. Let's move to the next question. Which one of the following reflections directed to the opening of ear canal combine vectorially according to relative amplitude and phases? So friends, in our ear canal there is a pipe which shaped like this and it is known as quarter wave pipe. And what it actually does, so when a sound wave comes, it gets amplifies in this tube and it helps us to listen clearly. So this is sound wave, this is quarter wave pipe. Therefore the correct answer of this question is option number D, quarter wave pipe. Question number 4 is related to acoustic, and we are going to skip this question because we are unable to find the correct answer of this question. So few things that you need to know related to this question is the range of frequency. So here in this picture you can see the various frequency ranges. 0 to 20 Hz frequency comes under low frequency. Then 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz frequency comes under the medium frequency. And above 20,000 Hz comes under the high range. But you need to know only this medium frequency because this 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz of frequency is the only frequency which is audible by human. Next question is, porous absorbents are good for absorbing the sound of. So porous absorbent means generally textiles, carpets, मिनरल वूल, फोम और कॉटन जैसे मटेरियल आते हैं. These objects are very good in absorbing higher frequency. So the correct answer is option number D. Let's see next question. Which one of the following equation is correct that shows the relation between linking velocity of sound, wavelength and frequency? So the correct answer of this question is option number D, lambda equals to F upon C, or we can say wavelength equals to the velocity of sound upon the frequency. Next question is Sri Aurobindo Ashram, Golconda, which is in Pondicherry, is the work of. So this is the image of Sri Aurobindo Ashram, Pondicherry, and it was designed by Raymond Antonin. So the correct answer is option number D. So this ashram was completed in 1945 in Franco-Tamil architecture style. And this ashram is the first modern building of Indian subcontinent. Next question is form follows function. One of the famous slogans widespread in modern design culture is coined by. So this is the famous quote of Louis Sullivan. So the correct answer is option number A, and he is considered as the father of skyscraper. Some of his famous works are Wainwright Building, Prudential Building, also known as Guarantee Building, Sullivan Center, and most of the buildings of Chicago in late 19th century was designed by Louis Sullivan. Now let's go to the next question. Match the following. So in group A we have renowned architect, and we have to match them with their philosophy in group B. So first is Richard Rogers, and he is associated with functionalism, futurism, and he designed London's famous Millennium Dome, which is a good example of futurism. So Richard Rogers' philosophical approach is belief in functionalism, technology and scientific research as a foundation and tool for architecture. Next is Hassan Fathi, and his philosophy is related to postmodern vernacular. He worked for community and indigenous development and cost-effective building in rural areas. Therefore, his philosophy matches with turn to traditional form and method of construction, seeking both to accommodate the needs of community and to hint at a way to being a revived tradition of building. And Kenneth Frampton's philosophy is related to contemporary architecture and critical regionalism. So his philosophical approach matches with towards a critical regionalism. Therefore the correct answer is option number C. Let's move to the next question. Famous book The Disappearing City is written by. So this book was written by Frank Lloyd Wright. He designed famous buildings like Guggenheim Museum, New York and Falling Water. He gave two city planning concepts, that is Broad-Acre City and Mile High City. Doxy Adis gave the concept of acoustics. Avenger Howard gave the planning concept of Garden City. And Gordon Cullen is famous for serial vision concept. Next question is excellent integration between structural and decorative design reflects in the work of. So the correct answer of this question is Antonio Gaudi. He is famous for its organic design. Some of his famous examples are Sagrada Familia, Casa Batlló and Park Güell. Next question is Bauhaus school of thought was given by. So it was given by Walter Gropius. So the correct answer is option number A. And first Bauhaus school of thought is founded in 1990 in Weimar city of Germany by Walter Gropius. Also there were total 3 Bauhaus school of thoughts. Let's move to the next question. Consider the quantities of brickwork and plastering required in a wall 4 meter long, 3 meter high and 30 centimeter thick. What is the total cost if the rate of brickwork is rupees 1200 per cubic meter and of plastering is rupees 20 per square meter? So let's understand this question through a diagram. This is our wall which is 4 meter long, 3 meter high and 30 centimeter thick. Now rate of brickwork is given in cubic meter, so we just have to calculate the volume of this wall, which will come by multiplying its length into breadth into height. And when you are doing this, don't forget to convert this centimeter value in meter. Now the volume will be 4 into 3 into 30 upon 100. And when you multiply this volume with rate of brickwork, it will give the cost of brickwork. On solving this, you will get ₹4320. यहाँ पे आप दो चीज़ें कर सकते हैं. एक तो ये है कि इसको आप डायरेक्टली आंसर कर सकते हैं बाय अप्लाइंग लिटिल लॉजिक, बिकॉज इफ यू एड द रेट ऑफ प्लास्टरिंग, फाइनल वैल्यू विल एनीहाउ ग्रेटर देन 4320, and in the given options only option number C has the value more than 4320. And if such type of options are not given, then you can further calculate the cost of plaster. So let's see how we can calculate that. So the rate of plaster is given in square meter. Then you have to find the surface area of all the faces. Formula of surface area of one side of rectangle is length into breadth. And to calculate the cost of plaster, we have to take double of this side, double of this side, and twice the surface area of this side. The final value will come as ₹480, and on adding this value with cost of brickwork, we will get the final result as 4800. We will get the total cost of the work. Now let's move to the next question. Consider the following statements regarding the process of preparing a building estimate. Statement 1 is pointing in wall is calculated in square meter for whole surface and deduction is similar to plastering are made. So this is a true statement. Next statement is ornamental or large cornices are measured in running meter. So this is also a true statement. Therefore the correct answer will be option number B. Both 1 and 2 statements are correct. Let's move to the next question. Billing rate is also known as, so friends, billing rate is the rate paid by client to a firm for the service of extra workers, and it is also known as burdened labor cost. Therefore the correct answer is option number C. Next question is Dolmen Robbie House, Villa Sodan and Falling Water are the example of architectural composition which can be categorized under. So friends, the correct answer of this question is option number A, planar compositions. Planar composition of buildings generally have very wide slab, roof or terrace in comparison to its height. Whereas in angular composition of buildings, walls, roofs and slabs are in angles. Columnar design of compositions have lots of columns, and these type of structures are vertical. Next is question number 17. Which one of the following is expressed as the heat potential per unit area as a calorific value in joules per meter square? So the correct answer of this question is option number B, fire load, and it is expressed in calorific value in joules per meter square, and it is used to describe potential severity of fire within a specified area or space. Next question is which one of the following is the triangular portion of wall enclosing the end of a pitched roof? Let's understand it through a diagram. So this is our pitch roof, and in this pitch roof, this is the triangular portion, and in architectural terms it is known as gable. And if there is a window in this portion, then the window will known as gable window. Therefore the correct answer of this question is option number C, gable. In such roof there is another kind of window which is very famous, and these type of windows are known as dormer window. Question number 19 is which one of the following is a wedge shaped tread used in circular, spiral and turning stairs? So friends, in a circular or turning stairs, architect and contractors are generally provide a wedge shaped tread. So these are the wedge shaped treads, and these treads are known as winder, which generally has a shape like this. Therefore the correct answer of this question is option number D, winders. Let's see next question. Which of the following buildings is not designed by Le Corbusier? So friends, out of this given option, Taliesin West is not designed by Le Corbusier. So this will be the correct answer of this question because it is designed by Frank Lloyd Wright. These are all the images of given options, and here you can see that option number A, C and D are example of brutalism, which is a very prominent philosophy of Le Corbusier, whereas option B, Taliesin West, is designed by Frank Lloyd Wright and it is known as the F.L. Wright's winter home. First question, that is the natural ventilation principle evident in the Pantheon of Rome is. So when you see a section of Pantheon of Rome, there is an open shaft at the top of the dome, which is known as open oculus, and this open oculus is used for ventilation and it works like a wind scoop. The correct answer of this question is option number C, wind scoop. And this open oculus is also used for natural light. Next question is saturation in colors is referred to. So 100% saturation means the color is in purest form. Therefore the correct answer of this question is option number B, purity of the color. Other than this, there are two important terms related to color. First is tint, which means the addition of white, and second term is shade, which means the addition of black. Next question is which one of the following colors stand out in relation to the other nearby hues? So analogous colors are the group of three adjacent colors and they shows a strong relation between each other. Therefore the correct answer of this question is option number D, analogous color. And in this picture you can see these are the analogous color. Let's move to the next question. Which one of the following is a progression of whole numbers wherein each term is the sum of preceding two numbers? So in a series, if a number is the sum of its preceding two numbers, then this type of series is known as Fibonacci series. So the correct answer of this question is option number B, Fibonacci series. So here in this series, the sum of 0 and 1 is 1, then sum of 1 and 1 is 2, then sum of 1 and 2 is 3, and likewise this series will goes on. We all know Pythagoras theorem, which applied for a right angle triangle, in which the square of height and base of a right angle triangle is equal to its hypotenuse. Next question is lightening a hue's normal value by adding white creates a tone of that hue. When you add a white color in any of its base color, then it makes the tint of that color. Therefore the correct answer of this question is option number A, a tint of that hue. Similarly, if you add a black color, then it will create its shades. Shades are the addition of black color. Chroma is the purity and intensity of color, and blackness of the color is known as absence of light. Now move to the next question. Match the following primary solid forms with its correct description. So let's see all the descriptions one by one and try to understand them with a diagram. First is a solid generated by revolution of a right triangle about one of its sides. So this is a triangle and we will rotate it about its one of our side. So when we rotate it, it will look like this in 2D, and in 3D it will look like a cone. This is its axis. So first is the description of cone. Second is a polyhedron having a polygonal base and triangle faces meeting at a common point or vertex. So this is a polygonal base and it has triangular sides which is meeting at a point known as vertex. So this is our definition of pyramid. Third is a solid generated by the revolution of a semicircular about its diameter whose surface is at all points equidistant from the center. So this is a semicircle and this is its diameter, and we will revolve it around its diameter. Then it will look like a circle in 2D, and in 3D it will create a sphere. Fourth statement is a solid generated by the revolution of a rectangle about one of its side. It is centralized about the axis passing through the center of two circular faces. So this is a rectangle, this is its axis, and when we rotate it about its axis, it will create a cylinder. So this is the description of a cylinder. Therefore, the correct answer is option number B. Let's move to the next question. Natural hues do not include. So the correct answer of this question is option number B, purple, black and white. These are not natural hues. Other than this, white, black and grey are neutral colors. Let's see next question. The concept of architecture machine, where the machine was supposed to be intelligent enough to carry out the design while cooperating in a dialogue with the architect, was pioneered by. So this concept of architecture machine was pioneered by Nicholas Negroponte. So the correct answer is option number C. Also here in option A you can see Archigram, which is an avant-garde architectural group. Next question is, which one of the following is a mathematical model for generating and representing architectural curves and surfaces? And the correct answer of this question is option number A, NURBS. The full form of NURB is non-uniform rational B-spline modeling, and it is used to represent such models which have architectural curves and surfaces. Let's move to the next question. Which one of the following is a low-end version of additive fabrication technology optimized primarily for speed and cost efficiency, making it suitable for quick physical models? And the correct answer of this question is option number B, 3D printing. So 3D printing generally works on additive fabrication technology, where an object is created layer by layer. Next question is, which one of the following correct regarding the types of mortar used for various purposes? So let's see all the options one by one. First statement is type M. A high strength mortar is used in exposed masonry application. So this is our first statement, because M type of mortar is not used in exposed masonries. Next statement is type S medium strength mortar is used in foundation. So this is our first statement. Third statement is type O. A low strength mortar is used for interior non-load bearing applications. So this is a correct statement. Third statement is type O. A low strength mortar is used for interior non-load bearing applications. So this is a correct statement. Last option is type N medium strength mortar is used where lateral and flexural strength are required. So this is also a false statement, because N type of mortar are generally useful for exterior surfaces and it works good against the weather conditions. And here in this image you can see that its strength and its application. So just read this image, or you can take a screenshot also. And this is the correct answer of this question. Let's move to the next question. Conceptual estimating. So conceptual estimates are also known as preliminary estimates, and these type of estimates are generally prepared in the beginning of a project and generally based on guesswork and does not require very long time for preparation. Therefore, the correct answer of this question is option number D, may not need more time, because it is based on complete guess at cost. Next question is, the radiant city concept was originated by. So this radiant city concept was given by Le Corbusier in 1920s, and it was for 3 million population. So this radiant city plan has several 60 stories building, which is the centerpiece of this plan. Other than this, ground floor built-ups are also there. Some other concept of Le Corbusier's are plan vision, or also known as plan vision, and Ville contemporary, and he was famous for his brutalist style of buildings. So Le Corbusier is the correct answer of this question. Let's see other options. Avenger Howard designed the Garden City. Clarence Perry gave the concept of neighborhood city, and Thomas Murray coined the term utopia. Let's see next question. In the context of seminal work on cities in evolution, the pioneer who has articulated the place, work, folk interrelationships is. So Patrick Geddes gave the concept of Geddesian triad, in which he gave the interrelation of place, work and folk, where folk means people, work means activity, and place are the spaces where activities are happened by people. Let's move to the next question. So in group A, we have given some historic cities and we have to match them with their city layouts, which is given in group B. So let's see all the statement one by one. P statement is Venice in 1575. So friends, Venice city is situated on the bank of Po and Piave river, and in 1575 it has lots of canals and bridges made of wood. So this is the image of Venice city in 1575. You can see lots of intersecting canals. Layout of Venice city was the street of the city are intersected by canals which are spanned by wooden and stone bridges. Two statement is London in 1682. So during 1962 there was a fire breakout in London, and because of this almost half of the London city was burned. So this was the scenario of London in 1682. Therefore London in 62 matches with third statement, all the town burned and a miserable sight of Paul's Church. Last historic city is Shanghai in 1935. As we all know, Shanghai is a mega city of China and it is located in Asian continent. Therefore our statement matches with 1, the megapolis of continental Asia. Therefore the correct answer of this question is option number C. Let's move to the next question. On the acoustic scale of Doxiadis, there are. So as per acoustic scale of Doxiadis, there are 15 levels of population settlement, which start from a single person to almost 50 to 60 billion people. Therefore the correct answer of this question is option number B, 15 level of settlement size consisting of a single man to 50-60 billion people. And these are all the 15 level of acoustic scale, which start from Anthropos to Ecumenopolis. Let's move to the next question. In any land use transportation study, Lowry model consider the spatial characteristics of an urban area in the term of 3 broad sectors of activity. These 3 broad sectors are, so as per Lowry's model, 3 broad categories are land use, employment and transportation. Therefore the correct answer is option number D. Question number 38 is, who presented a theory on hexagonal system of settlement pattern with a superimposition of physical constraints? So the correct answer of this question is Edwin Lutyens, and in his plan of Delhi city, he gave this theory of hexagonal system of settlement pattern. So here in this image you can see the plan of Delhi city, and in this image you can see the concept of Edwin Lutyens for the plan of Delhi city, which is hexagonal in pattern. Now let's move to the next question. In the Vedic period, which structure was always kept in the center of settlement? So friends, Mansara is one of the important town planning classification of Vedic period, and as per that the temple was always kept in the center of settlement. So the correct answer of this question is option number D, temple. For example, in this Padmaka plan, temple lies in the most center part of the town. Similarly, in this Nandevarta type of plan, temple is situated in the center part of the town. You can also check some other plans of Mansara town planning classification. Let's move to the next question. As per the Manual of Architectural Practice of Council of Architecture, India, which of the following tenders quotes a fixed price if the quote is varied It involves contractual problem and methodology to arrive at the rate for addition, deletion and alteration would be necessary, and it is to be built in the tender document. So this manual of architectural practice has 5 volumes, and as per that, in lump sum order, the rates are already fixed before the execution of the project, which sometimes create a problem because addition and alteration in rate becomes very difficult, and both the parties need to be agreed on that. Therefore, the correct answer of this question is option number C, lump sum tender. So as I already told you that this manual of architecture has 5 volumes. First volume talks about the guideline for architectural practice. Second volume talks about the engagement of architects and code for competition. Third is about the architectural contracts. Fourth is about the architectural services and fees. And the last 5th volume is about the management of firm. You can purchase these 5 volumes from COA website. As per the Architects Act 1972, the architect has to ensure. So let's see all the options one by one. Option A is that his professional activities do not conflict with his general responsibility to contribute the quality of environment and future welfare of the society. So this is a right statement. So this rule and responsibilities are also mentioned in COA website. And this particular statement is the second point of Code of Conduct for Indian Architect. Therefore, option number A is the correct answer of this question. And as per this, the design of an architect should contribute toward the improvement of quality of environment, and it should be used for the future welfare of the society. Let's move to the next question. As per section 37 of the Architects Act 1972, which one of the following title is exempted from legal action even if the title contains use of the word architect? So as per the section 37 of Architect Act 1972, only 2 titles are exempted from legal action. One is the landscape architect and other one is the naval architect. Therefore, the correct answer of this question is option number C, landscape architect. Other than this, there is no mention of any other title with architect word. Therefore, this section 37 is not applicable for both these titles. Let's see next question, that is the Constitution of Council of Architecture as prescribed by the Architect Act 1972 does not mention which of the following as one of the member of the council. So this constitution related to Council of Architecture is mentioned in point 3 of chapter 2, which is Council of Architecture. Let's see who can be the member of this council. So as per this, 5 architects possessing recognized qualification elected by Indian Institute of Architects from among its members can be the part of this council, which is given in option A. Apart from this, 2 persons nominated by All India Council for Technical Education can be the part of this council. So as per this, option B is also correct. And this C statement is mentioned in point F, an architect from each state nominated by government of the state. But there is no mention regarding that a woman architect representing any of the state of India can be the part of this council. So this option D is not mentioned in Constitution of Council of Architecture. Therefore, the correct answer is option number D. Let's see next question. As per the Professional Code of Conduct, architect is liable for action if he. So rules and regulations are mentioned in amendment that came in 1989 for Architects Act 1972, and in this amendment point 25th is regarding the advertisement, and as per this there are some restrictions regarding the font size. Therefore, an architect cannot advertise himself in this manner. So the correct answer of this question is option number B. And if we want to advertise in this manner, then the font size will not be exceed by 10 centimeter. Let's move to the next question. Every architect either in practice or employment, is subject to the provision of Central Civil Service rules and shall be obliged with which one of the following regulation that have been framed wide power of council under section 45 of the Architects Act 1972. So as I already told you regarding the professional conduct, and it was came in year 1989, which was an amendment of Architect Act 1972. Therefore the correct answer of this is option number A, Architect Professional Conduct Regulation 1989. Next question is tiling, subdivision, packing, weaving, branching and recursion are the part of vocabulary of. So these are the terms related to parametric patterns. Therefore the correct answer is option number A. And what is a parametric pattern? So it is a creative process that uses algorithm and data and generate complex shapes, patterns and structures. So let's see an example of this. So this is an example of parametric pattern and this was generated using Grasshopper software. Let's see next question. In computer-aided design, which one of the following is the process of evolutionary development and growth? Generates systems that obtain their complex organization and shape from the interaction of system intrinsic material capacity and external environment influences and forces. So this process is known as natural morphogenesis. Therefore the correct answer is option number A. Question number 48 is Revit automatically uses raster processing for a view if any of the following conditions are considered. So these are some conditions related to rastering in Revit software, and as per this all the statements are correct. Therefore the correct answer is option number C. Let's move to the next question. The slippage at the boundary layer between the earth and its atmosphere is caused by which one of the following force? So this happens because of Coriolis force. Now we will see what happened due to this force. So this effect is generally happen due to the rotation of earth, and if an object is moving to this direction, there will be a change in the direction of that object. Similarly, it will work in the other part of the earth. Therefore the correct answer of this question is option number C, Coriolis force. Let's see next question. Which one of the following refers to construction element that have the capacity to absorb and store heat? So this property of a material is known as thermal mass, which is the correct answer. And because of this, material during day collects the heat and releases it at night. Question number 51 is which one of the following is the term commonly used to describe the exchange of air between a building and outdoors? So the correct term that describes the exchange of air between a building and outdoor is known as infiltration. Therefore the correct answer is option number D, infiltration. Let's move to the next question. Which one of the following indexes is the temperature of calm air at 50% relative humidity which impart the same thermal sensation as the given environment? So this index is known as tropical summer index. Therefore the correct answer is option number D. In this blue box, this is the definition of temperature humidity index, and in the orange box, definition of heat stress index is given. So you can also read them. Question number 53 is which one of the following is the measure of total heat energy in a refrigerant for every degree of temperature? The correct answer of this question is option number C, specific heat, which means the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of a material by 1 unit, and its unit is kilojoule per kg degree Celsius, whereas the SI unit of latent heat is joule per kg, for entropy is joule per Kelvin, and SI unit of enthalpy is joule per kg. Question number 54 is index of thermal stress is based on. So this question is for all of you. So if you know the correct answer of this question, please comment us down below. Let's move to the next question. Which of the following are pictorial representation of religion, history and daily life? So the correct answer of this question is option number D, hieroglyphics. It is an ancient Egypt language It is also referred as sacred writing or God's word. So in hieroglyphics, various characters are used as letter, and these characters have some different sounds, which makes it a kind of pictorial representation. And in ancient history time, used to describe religion, history, and daily life. Question number 56 is, which one of the following is the ground area covered by the building immediately above the plinth level? So let's understand it through a diagram. Suppose this is our plinth level and this is the area of building. So area which is just above the plinth level and covered by a building is known as covered area. This is plinth area. This is our building, and area that is covered by a building is known as covered area. Therefore, option number B is the correct answer. And this definition of covered area is also given in model building bylaws. And this particular definition is given in 29th point of chapter 1. Let's move to the next question. The author of the best-selling popular novel The Fountainhead, that has celebrated the idea that the prime generator of built form is the creative power of the individual architect is. So this Fountainhead book is written by Ayn Rand. Therefore the correct answer of this question is option number B. And main philosophy of this Fountainhead novel is objectivism. Some other books written by Ayn Rand is Atlas Shrugged in 1958 and Anthem in 1938. Let's see some other options given in this question. Howard Rock was a fictional character in this Fountainhead novel, and it was said that this character is an inspiration of F.L. Wright's life. Option D is Ruskin Bond, who is an Indian writer. He wrote some famous books like The Blue, Umbrella, and Cherry Tree. Let's move to the next question. As described by Kevin Lynch in his seminal work, The Image of the City, which of the followings are point referred as strategic spots in a city into which an observer can enter and which are intensive foci to and from which he is traveling? So Kevin Lynch was an American urban planner and author who is associated with mental mapping, and in his book Image of the City, he gave the 5 elements to analyze the city, and those 5 elements are path, which used to connect one place with another. Then in a city there will be some landmarks which can be used to describe that place. Also there will be places which act as junction or nodes. Also there will be some distinctive areas where the particular type of land use will be dominant, and such type of area will create a kind of district. And in some areas two different kind of land use or activities can be merged. So this merging areas are referred as edges. Now let's get back to the question. Here they ask about the strategic spots in a city. So these nodes are also referred as strategic points. Therefore the correct answer of this question is option number C, nodes. Next question is, in the various stages of a design process, one can observe that. So the correct answer of this question is option number A, and as per that, action bridges the gap between goal and intention. Question number 60 is, which one of the following is the method of determining relationship between design intentions, possible actions, and their effects or feedback to the user systems? So such method is known as natural mapping. Therefore the correct answer is option number A. So natural mapping is natural but proper arrangement of relation between controls and their movement to its outcome with such action. Following is an area of uniform environmental condition providing a living place for a specific assemblage of plant and animals. So the correct answer of this question is option number A, biotope. And biotopes generally provide a very specific living condition for extensive plants and animals. And in most of the cases, a particular type of species are found in that place. Now we will see what are the other options given here. So biodiversity hotspots are region that contains a high level of species. These are endemic species, and significant number of endangered species are found in these areas. Patches generally refers to the area of habitat differing from its surrounding, and these are also a distinct area. And ecosensitive areas are areas where ecological balance is prone to be easily disturbed. So national park, tiger reserve, bird sanctuaries are generally referred as an eco-sensitive areas. Other than this, some coastal areas, rivers, mountains or hills are also sometimes part of this eco-sensitive area. And these eco-sensitive areas are generally notified by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Let's move to the next question. Gaia theory stating that the biosphere contributes to the stability of planet's physical processes such as temperature, ocean water salt levels, etc., allowing life to flourish is proposed by. So this theory was proposed by James Lovelock. So the correct answer is option number C. And the first option given is Ian McHugh. So Ian McHugh is famous for environmental movement, and he is also known as father of environmental design. One of his famous book was Design with Nature, that came in 1969. Let's move to the next question. Phosphate pollution of rivers and lakes cause the algal bloom, which reduce dissolved oxygen in water and disrupts the food chain. The process is called, so the degradation and reduction of dissolved oxygen in water due to algae is known as eutrophication, and it disrupts the food chain. So this is the image of eutrophication process, and because of this, excessive amount of nutrition get dissolved in water, especially nitrogen and phosphate, which ultimately leads to algal blooms, and therefore the ecological imbalance happens. Let's move to the next question. Which one of the following is elevated temperature in urban areas caused by heat fluxes due to the presence of building, roads and so on, and to emission of pollutants? So friends, in real world, sometimes we observe that the temperature in urban areas are much higher in comparison to rural areas, and this generally happens because of large concrete footprint like buildings, roads and other man-made structures, and it is known as heat island effect. So the correct answer of this question is option number C, heat island effect. So this is the image showing the phenomena of heat island effect, and this generally happens because in urban areas the buildings are closely packed, and due to which the heat get trapped between the buildings, and therefore it increases the temperature and makes the city much hotter. Next question is, as per Gadget notification 18 December 2012, which of the following river stretch has been declared as an eco-sensitive zone from ecological and environmental point of view? So as per this Gadget notification, Bhagirathi river, which originates from Gomukh to Uttarakashi, was declared as eco-sensitive from the point of view of ecological and environment. Therefore the correct answer of this question is option number A. Next question is, Ken Ying proposes eco-master planning approach that requires the bio-integration of 4 coded infrastructural armature. They are red, blue, green and grey. The color grey indicates, so according to the Ken Ying's theory, the grey color indicates the built infrastructure. Therefore, the correct answer is option number D, the human infrastructure such as buildings, spaces and activities. Let's also see what the other color indicates. So red indicates the human, blue is for water and green is for nature. And Ken Ying is an architect who is famous for his green skyscrapers. Question number 67 is, as per Model Building Bylaws 2016, the minimum plot size for low income group housing shall be not less than. So now let's see the Model Building Bylaws 2016. So in Model Building Bylaws 2016, it is given in low income housing, and as per that the minimum plot size shall not be less than 30 square meter. Therefore the correct answer is option number B, 30 square meter, as per the Model Building Bylaws 3.4.6. Let's move to the next question. As per Model Building Bylaws 2016, for resettlement and slum in situ upgradation, the net density shall be up to. So again, as per Model Building Bylaws 2016, for resettlement and slum in situ, maximum net density should be 250 tenements per hectare. Therefore, the correct answer is option number C, 250 tenements per hectare, which is given in section 3.4.5. Next is the Ministry of Housing and Urban Poverty Alleviation Guidelines define affordable housing for EWS and LIG categories with dwelling unit size ranging from. So as per this, the range of carpet area of dwelling unit should be between 21 square meter to 60 square meter. Therefore, the correct answer is option number A. Let's see next question. In 2017, Bureau of Energy Efficiency launched a new version of code, Energy Conservation Building Code. One of the major update of the code is inclusion of incremental voluntary energy performance levels. And as per this, ECBC plus compliant building has approximately. So let's see this new version of Energy Conservation Building Code, which was launched in 2017. And its revision note section, you can see that ECBC plus building should demonstrate 35% savings as compared to the conventional buildings. Therefore, the correct answer of this question is option number C, 35% more savings as compared to conventional building. Apart from this, there are two more things given, and as per that, ECBC compliant building shall demonstrate 25% more savings, and super ECBC should demonstrate 50% savings compared to the conventional buildings. Next question is, as per National Building Code, group housing consists of. So as per NBC, group housing consists of more than one dwelling unit where land is owned jointly or construction is undertaken by one agency. Therefore, the correct answer of this question is option number A, and it is given in volume 1 of NBC in its section 2.43. Let's move to the next question. Question number 72 is, net residential density includes. So net residential density means housing density per hectare, and it is calculated by adding the area of all the housing unit and divide that sum by given area. So when we calculate the net residential density of a site, then it includes the area of houses, and it also includes the private gardens, parking spaces and access roads within the site. Therefore, the correct answer of this question is option number B. Let's move to the next question. Which one of the following international charter is focused on conservation and restoration of monuments and sites? So the correct answer of this question is option number B, Venice Charter, which was held in 1964. And the main theme of this charter was conservation and restoration of monument and sites. Whereas the theme of Burra Charter 2013 was conservation and management of places of cultural significance. And Washington Charter had the theme about historic urban areas of large, small or medium cities and clubbing those historic center with natural and man-made environment. Let's see next question. Which one of the following act is to provide for the preservation of ancient and historical monuments and archaeological sites and remains of national importance, for the regulation of archaeological excavation and for the protection of sculptures, carving and other like objects? So that act is AMASR Act 1958 and its full form is Ancient Monuments and Archaeological Site and Remain Acts 1958. Therefore, the correct answer of this question is option number B. Let's move to the next question. Action taken to modify the existing material structure of a cultural property to and represent a known earlier state is called. So this action is known as restoration, in which the modification of the ruin site is based on how it was previously built, and its main purpose is to retain its old value, whereas preservation means conservation without any change. Renovation means modification with new concept, and reconstruction means the rebuilt after demolishing. So friends, that's all in this video. In next we will see some other questions related to upcoming exams like Haryana PSC, UPSC, Uttar Pradesh PSC and Uttarakhand PSC. If the video was helpful, please do like and also subscribe the channel. And if you want me to discuss any specific topic, please do write in comment box. मिलेंगे आपसे अगले वीडियो में. Until then, goodbye.